I never knew she hated me. I don't know. These are, I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of surprised. I'm supposed to say nice things about her. She's, I don't know. She's doing all right. You guys doing all right? Did you guys hear about the new iPhone that came out a couple months ago? It's the same shit every time. Don't worry. But they got this new one. They call it the iPhone Mini, but it's 5.4 inches. Like, since when is that mini? Alright, hear me out. Like, ma'am, for example, let's just say you're on a date with a gentleman. I don't know, maybe the guy beside you, who knows? You're on a date with a gentleman, right? And he pulls out his phone, and it's like 5.4 inches. You wouldn't be like, ha ha, that's a small phone, right? That'd be rude. That'd be like a really shitty thing to say, I don't know. You'd be more concerned with, like, what the phone can do, you know? Like, how much storage does it have? Does it vibrate? Maybe, like, I don't know, how fast is it? Like the internet speed, you know what I mean? Like, the quantum mechanics, the physics, I don't know. All I'm saying is, if I was at, like, the marketing team at Apple, maybe I would call it, like, the iPhone average. At the very least, the iPhone, at least, has got a good personality. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe, like, the iPhone, it's not that small. I don't know. I'm not gonna point you out anymore. You're good. Don't worry. You're safe. You're your show. It's good. All right. Cool. Bring it on. I don't know. I don't even know you. Okay. All right, man. I'll tell you guys a bit more about myself. That was not about me, by the way. Don't worry. I had a pretty fucked up childhood. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple people. All right. Cool. This is for you, man. This is for you. Sorry?
Survived.
Survived? Yeah, that's the least you can do. Alright, I'll tell you guys about it. So my parents, when they were 25 years old, they came to this country, they got married, they had my brother, they got divorced, they got back together, they got divorced again, they got back together a third time, they had me, and then when I was 12 years old, they got divorced again. Swear to God. As a result, as an adult, I have horrible anxiety. Bro. It's a fucking nightmare, man. I grew up walking on eggshells everywhere I went. Those were actually my first few gigs. My parents would be fighting, and I'd be like, "Look at me, I'm funny." As I dodge plates being thrown. It was a nightmare. I swear to God. Don't say "oh." It makes it worse when you say "oh." I'm giving you my life. You're supposed to laugh. Like, this is a currency exchange. But, like, you know when shitty couples are like, holy shit, this clearly isn't working, how are we gonna fix this? Let's have a kid? Like, that was me. I was that kid. That's a lot of responsibility. Like, I'm 24 years old right now. I can barely fix an IKEA bed frame, let alone fix a marriage. I gave them 12 years, I don't know, I feel like that's a good run. I don't know, I feel like that's a good run, okay. Alright, you guys aren't giving me credit for 12 years, but it's fine, whatever, I don't want it. Alright, that's better, I'll take it, that's better. Alright, I'm 24 years old, as I just said. I'm a little bit lost in life right now, you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of mid-20 people are like this too. Like, my day-to-day is pretty good, but the grand scheme of things, like the overall arching themes are a little unknown, you know what I mean? No? Okay, it's fine. You guys are all perfect citizens, whatever. But this is what I don't know, but you know who had it all figured out? 13-year-old me. Like, 13-year-old Etay fucking knew where he was going. Like, that motherfucker knew he was going places. When I was 13 years old, I would tell every adult I could find that I was going to be a pharmacist. I hadn't even taken high school chemistry, for God's sakes. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to be I'm going to be a fucking pharmacist. Every adult with, like, rent problems, with child problems, I'm like, man, I'm going to have it all fucking figured out. My cousin, my older cousin, she was 25 at the time, I was 13. She had a literal drug problem. She was kicked out of her house and she was living on our couch. And I was looking at her like, when I'm your age, I'm gonna have a fucking Lamborghini. I fucking told her to her face. I got 6 months, no Lambo in sight. I take the streetcar out Spadina every day to work. Like, that shit's sketchy. But whatever. I got time, man. I don't know, man. I'll hit the lottery. I'll tell you, I was so naive back then. I'll tell you, I got another funny story of how naive I was. This is what I told my best friend at the time when I was 13. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get to high school because the first girlfriend I get, I'm gonna marry her. And this is why. Because A, I'm not gonna break up with her. B, I'm not gonna mess it up. That's funnier for me than it is for you. That's okay. Because I've messed up many a relationship in my day. Let me fucking tell you. I've messed up many relationships, and honestly, I learned from my mistakes. It happens like, I never made the same mistake twice. I messed up for different reasons, but I messed them all up. Breakups are kind of tough. I don't know. I feel like every time you break up with someone, or you hear about somebody breaking up, there's a crazy ex, and there's like a sane ex. Like a normal one. Not a normal one, but like a less crazy one, you know? Like someone tells you a story, and there's clearly like, this person is fucking crazy, and this person was a victim of the craziness, right? There's like, that's love, you know what I mean? That's love. There's no Taylor Swift songs about amicable breakups, you know? Like there's no Taylor Swift like, we just didn't get along, we had different intentions. No, there's Taylor Swift songs like, and your mom's a cunt. Like that's a fucking Taylor Swift song, you know? And this is a story about how one time I was the crazy ex. This is a little bit of tidbit. This is 4 or 5 years ago. I was 20 at the time. I was young, but I was old enough to know better, you know? So I dated this girl. We started dating when I was 18. We dated for 2 years, and then I broke up with her. And then 6 months later, I decided that I wanted her back. I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong with me. So no one told me this was a bad idea. Whatever. But I couldn't ask for her back, you know, because like that's not enough after 6 months. I decided I had to sing to her. And the song I chose, the song I chose was ABBA, Take a Chance on Me. If you change your mind, take a chance, tell me I'm still free. I sang backup, I sang front vocals, I sang it all. I was everything.
Let's hear it.
That was enough, that's all you're gonna hear. You know, this girl was special. Swear to God. Thankfully, she said no. Looking back on it, I was in the midst of like a mental breakdown, and she could clearly tell, but it's okay.
I love this.
Now that story, it's fucking cringy, I know, but here's the best part. Here's what's funny about it. I've told that story over the years. I've gotten so much pussy by telling that fucking story. I swear to God, I traded my dignity at that moment for future pussy considerations. I swear to God.
Consideration.
I was fucking, it was James Harden and the fucking Nets. I fucking won that trade, I fleeced them. That's my basketball fan, I swear to God. Thank you, I swear to God. My last girlfriend, I told her a story and she's like, man, I thought you were some white fuckboy. Well, once you told me that story, I knew you had a fucking soft spot. Whatever helps get you there, babe, goddamn. Anyways, guys, that's about time. I'm gonna bring up your host, Worst Guy